While President Donald Trump may not have accepted the result, it seems that former Vice President Joe Biden has won the U.S. election, and he's now projected to be the president-elect. At a time when the United States is arguably the most divided it's been in a century, Biden hopes to reintroduce the democratic policies of Barack Obama and reverse changes made during the reign of Donald Trump. That includes the Iran deal, of course. Now let's hear more from Thamar Gindin. She's an Iran expert from the Ezri Center and enriched uranium. Thank you so much for joining me.
No.
So, first of all, how much are new sanctions that Donald Trump is hoping to put on Iran, in the last stretch of his presidency, how much are they going to affect Iran, especially if Biden plans to reverse them as soon as he takes office in just a couple of months?
We don't know how much he can do in 2 months. Right now, one of the slogans for the opposition is "No food, no fear." They really reached a state of so low economically. People are looking in the garbage for food that they're saying we're now ripe for a revolution. But the minute the Iranian people heard about Biden's victory, the prices of the dollar went down. Every time there was bad news or fear of bad news, even just a possibility of something bad happening, like new sanctions by Trump during his presidency now, the dollar went soaring up. Now the dollar went down. Prices started to go down just in the past couple of days. So I don't know what Trump has in plan, what he still has in store. If Biden is to reverse it in 2 months, I hope for the people, I hope it won't make them more hungry. Of course, for the nation, I hope it would be enough to cause the mullahs to go, but I'm not very optimistic about that.
Well, with that said, if Biden does decide to re-enter the deal with Iran, do you think that his policies are going to mirror the policies of Obama, or will he be slightly tougher?
I think he should follow along more or less the same lines of Obama, because the Islamic Republic said it was the U.S. who broke the JCPOA. We acted according to our commitments in the JCPOA, and it was Donald Trump who broke it. It was the U.S. who broke it. On the other hand, now that they're starting from a different point, because once the U.S. broke the deal and Europe couldn't get the U.S. back into the deal, and they saw that they're not getting what they were promised, they started to enrich uranium again, and now they're closer to a bomb. So we're starting from a different point. And the mullahs climb a relatively high tree. They will need a ladder of honor to get down from it. I hope that the new administration would provide them that.
Let's zoom out a little bit on this issue. Trump has done a lot of work recently with Gulf states, of course, the Abraham Accords. Won't re-entering the Iran deal divide the U.S. from the UAE, Bahrain, and especially Saudi Arabia? Could it affect any of these normalization deals with Israel?
I'm no prophet, and I don't sit in any of these discussions in any of these countries. But yes, Iran and the Arab states, the Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, are in a kind of conflict. And when the Gulf states signed normalization deals with Israel, it was the Islamic Republic who said, "You're betraying the Muslim people." But I don't think it should stand in contrast. I think that peace can be achieved with both parties. Even Iran, even the Islamic Republic, is trying to unite the Islamic world, including, of course, the Arab states, around one flag. So I hope that it will not affect it.
Do you think that Iran is afraid that some of its biggest enemies could perhaps be getting the F-35, the most advanced fighter jet? Is that something they're afraid of?
I will start by something I say in every one of my lectures. Iran is not an enemy of Israel. Iran and Israel have a common enemy named the Islamic Republic, and the Islamic Republic is more an enemy of Iran than it is of Israel. Having said that, I think, yes, they are afraid that all their neighbors are getting weapons that they don't have. During the JCPOA, even during the discussions, the negotiations,
Right.
one of the things they were afraid of was that their neighbors are continuing their race and they can't. They're not allowed to. That is why they didn't give up conventional weapons. So I think it does stress them. Not to the point of starting a war, because nobody wants a war, but it does distract the balance.
All right. Well, it will be very interesting to see how all this unfolds. Tamar Gindin, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you very much.